Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel where today I want to talk about the era of Aquarius, an era that is going to long for 20 years of transformation, 20 years of evolution of the consciousness that are going to help us to return to our inner guru, our soul, so we can follow our essence, so we can project the future from our essence. This era started definitely on November 2024 when Pluto entered the energy of Aquarius. But the beginning of this era was marked by the conjunction that Jupiter and Saturn made in 2020 over the energy of Aquarius. Saturn is the energy of the father, and Jupiter is the energy of the apprentice, of the child, of the one that wants to expand, while Saturn is the old Cronus, the god of the time, the one that apply restrictions. So every 20 years, they made a conjunction in a different sign. And that conjunction marked the beginning of an era. In this case, it marked the beginning of the era of air, the era of Aquarius, an era that we're not going to forget easily because it's going to help us to evolve our consciousness in ways that we cannot imagine. Because Aquarius is a sign of earth, and earth is very different to earth. Earth is more about everything that I can touch, I can manifest in this plane, while Earth is related with the thoughts, with the ideas, and also with the future. Aquarius is the 11th energy on the wheel of consciousness, just 1 point before the energy of Pisces. The energy of Pisces is the energy of the unification with the source or God, where all the ideas, all the emotions, everything is unified in there. But to go to the energy of Aquarius, we need to pass from the 10 principles energies, from the energies of Aries to the energy of Capricorn, the one that we already left in this era of Earth. Even though that the energy of Aquarius, of course, is within everybody because the 12 energies of the zodiac are within everybody, but some people have most tendency to one or another. The energy of Aquarius is the energy of the future, is the energy of technology, but it's also the energy of the most elevated human, being the human that consciously can set any point of view. So that's why I call the energy of Aquarius the most elevating human. And well, it's normal that now we have a lot of polarization in our world because, well, we come from the 10 first energy and we come from the energy of Capricorn, that the energy of Capricorn is very different to the energy of Aquarius. The energy of Capricorn doesn't affect other ideas easily because the energy of Capricorn is very focused on what they want and what they believe, but no like Aquarius. Aquarius is one of the most intelligent energies in the zodiac with Gemini. Gemini can observe two different ideas, two opposition ideas, and find some truth in both. Well, Aquarius is even more elevated of that. That's why Aquarius people is so eccentric. They are eccentric because they're going to do things differently. They want to transform everything. They don't like the status quo, like the energy of Taurus. And we precisely come from the era of Earth marked by Taurus, because in the year 2000, this conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn was happening in the energy of Taurus. So we come from the energy of Taurus that want to maintain the status quo to the energy of Aquarius that wants to move to the future, that wants to get out of the comfort zone. And it's what we're going to feel during the next 20 years, a lot of ideas, a lot of new paradigms are going to appear in our minds. And this polarization is precisely to go to unity. Because, well, if we don't polarize, if we don't experience one of the sides of the story, we cannot go into an equilibrium in that story. It's like in a war. In a war, there's two sides, but both of them suffer. Both of them have part of the truth. And well, we're going to go there through the energy of Aquarius. Aquarius is going to lance a bunch of information through our psyche. All this information that we're going to start to receive, that we already start to receive, is going to be amplified, because Uranus is going to move to the energy of Gemini. Actually, right now it's in Taurus, and is going to move to the energy of Gemini. Gemini is other air sign like Aquarius, meaning that, well, ideas, thoughts, everything that is mental is going to be very strong in our lives, creating a big expansion of our consciousness. And of course, a deeper connection with our souls. That's why these 20 years are very important to return to our inner guru, is what we're going to receive. We are going to return to the only one that had all the answers, our souls. But well, no, everything is for free, and the expansion of consciousness, of course, require for some sacrifice, for some changes. And well, we all need to work in our individual consciousness, because every expansion of consciousness require for some shadows to be integrated. So definitely we will need to do the shadow work, the shadow of our own psyche, and the shadow of the collective consciousness, the collective psyche. Every expansion of consciousness require a hard work to do, a hard work to disarm our ego and to integrate all the shadows that we need to integrate to continuously disarming the ego, and therefore expands our consciousness. And the disruptions are going to be huge. And when I say huge, is that many people is going to feel overwhelmed for the quantity of information and how the technology, because also Aquarius is the energy of technology at future, how the technology is going to go very fast in a way that we cannot imagine. And for the future generation, especially for those ones that are young, because the old ones, we know what it is to live without digital information. But new ones, especially the generation C, they don't know how to live with this bunch of digital information. They don't know how to handle it, because it's the only thing that they know. They didn't live without this information. They're born with an iPad. They're born with an iPhone. So their brains are used to that. It's not like us that we were playing more outside when we were young. So it's going to be a challenge. This quantity of information, this advance in technology are going to be distractions to avoid disarm the ego. Because, well, the thing that make us avoid going to our shadows and start to disarm our ego is always disruption, entertainment. And as more entertainment we have, more we are going to be disconnected from our own essence. So, well, it's going to be a big expansion of consciousness, but it's not going to be free. This is going to be a big test for all humanity, an advance in everything, in technology, in knowledge, in information, also in expansion of consciousness. But well, it's going to be a big isolation for many people. And well, to connect with your soul, you need solitude. But one thing is to have solitude and sit with yourself, recognize your shadows, embrace your shadows, and let it go with love, starting disarming the ego. And another is to isolate only with technology, substituting humans for machines and things like that. So I'm going to be honest, it's not going to be easy, but at the same time, it's going to be something that is going to open our minds to levels that we cannot imagine. And well, everything happens for a reason, and everything happens so we can reach equilibrium. Remember that the universe aims for equilibrium. It's going to be a challenge time, but at the same time, we're going to evolve in ways that we cannot imagine. And it's the next step for human evolution. In the next 2 weeks, are going to launch my episode about 2025, where I'm going to analyze the most important planetary movements of 2025, so you can have an idea how every movement is going to affect the psyche of the collective psyche. Because at the end of the day, depending of its birth chart, is how it's going to affect your life. But well, in a general way, in a collective consciousness way, we know how it's going to affect, and it's also important to know that. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you had a great day. Ciao.